And as we all know, this is my final pick. My number one absolute favourite wrestler of all time, still is to this day, always has been as a kid, is Mick Foley.
Yeah, and I have to say, he is not on my list because I knew that Stu was going to pick him.
Shame on you.
Yeah. It's as simple as that.
What can you say? This is a man who put his heart, soul, and body, as we all know, on the line in as many different continents as physically possible. I mean, if any of you have never seen the work he did in New Japan Pro Wrestling, it is amazing. It's absolutely amazing.
What are we talking about? We talking about the death match?
Yes.
Okay.
His death match work was fantastic. His work as Cactus Jack in WCW, which is the first time I ever saw a glimpse of Mick Foley on a TV screen back in the days of, what was it on, ITV at 2:00 in the morning.
Oh my God. My dad used to tape that for me.
I know. Because I even got
didn't you used to come around and fucking watch it?
Yeah. Up until the point where my mum and stepdad finally bought a VHS, because that is how old we are. And I started getting my mum and stepdad to record it for me, and my stepdad used to sit and watch it with me a little bit.
I remember back then, right? This is how... Sometimes we have to remember how we were as kids. My favourite wrestler back then was Heavy Metal Van Hammer. Do you remember him? He used to come down with like a fucking guitar and stuff, and his finishing move was he used to bounce them off the ropes and do a suplex.
No.
So he used to put someone up in a suplex, bounce them off of the ropes, and then suplex
I don't even remember. I know I've seen that move before, but I don't recognise that name at all.
Yeah, it's just how things affect you as a kid.
That's a YouTube video for later.
Okay.
But see, I mean, in that...
It's not fucking good, mate.
Well, thanks for building that up for me. But yeah, my earliest recollection of Mick Foley as a kid. I mean, God, we must have been 8, 9, 10 years old possibly at that time, is seeing him on WCW.
Don't even know what that show would have been called.
I don't remember, but I do remember a show straight after it called Get Stuffed.
Yeah, I had that on one of my tapes, didn't I?
Yeah.
Do you remember that I used to have this really weird shit on at night? Yeah. Sorry to go on a tangent, guys. But back in the day, they used to, like, nighttime TV wasn't repeats. It was like really bad.
Yeah.
What you would call sort of like American cable access.
It was like a cookery show.
Yeah, the guy got nettles, didn't he, and fucking blended them up.
It was like a cookery show for pissheads.
Yeah, it was fucking crap.
So the basis of this show was, I don't know how we... Well, I apologise for getting off of it.
Yeah, I remember it as well. No, we're reminiscing ourselves. So and
they had... It's like the world's worst intro music, which just consisted of them going, get stuffed.
I can't fucking remember. I remember it was tapes after WCW, and we watched that more than the fucking wrestling show.
All they used to do was just get, a couple of guys who were blatantly, what can we cook at 2 a.m. when we're drunk? And that's it. That was literally it. And it was quite possibly some of the worst looking food ever. Anyway.
That one was nettle soup. He went out and he
I do remember one with,
picked a
I'm
load.
pretty sure I saw one with dog food.
Fuck knows. I can't remember.
Anyway, getting back to it, my love of Mick Foley is just magnificent. He is... if ever I got the chance to meet the guy, I'm pretty sure I would fanboy the hell out of him and just hug him and go, I love you.
I have met him.
So much, you bastard. You arse. Well, that's just ruined everything for me.
Sorry.
That's all right.
You know I've got his autograph.
Yes, I know. I've seen it and I'm massively jealous. He's... to me, he's just... I think what... My love stems from Mick Foley of he is the greatest underdog ever. A prime example is...
Be careful where you go with it, because remember the next topic. I just want to say that I'm not interluded on your back.
Right. In my opinion,
I know that can be an argument. That's all.
Very true. Very true. In my opinion, that is. In my opinion, I think he's the world's greatest. He's the world's best wrestling underdog. He's even said it himself on his greatest hits and misses DVD.
I love that.
There's a segment on there where he's comparing a video of himself in his early days jumping off the ring apron to drop a big elbow through.
Oh, yeah.
And he's in, as he says, I'm in the best condition of my life. And then 8 or 9 years later, he does the same and just goes, look at Foley go, and barely makes it. I don't care. I love the guy. He's brilliant. He's not, a stereotypical wrestler to look at. He's not one of these big, muscly guys. And that's not to doubt his fitness levels at all, because his matches were enduring.
Is that missing today?
Massively.
Yeah.
Massively. He is one of the greatest creative minds in wrestling. I know not everyone loves the character, but dude love.
I do.
I think he's brilliant. It's just fantastic. You look at the different comparisons of characters he's done. Mankind, for a prime example, started off as a heel, and it got to the point where the crowd absolutely adored him, and he became one of the biggest faces of that Attitude Era. Not the biggest face, but one of the biggest faces. And even to the point where we go back to, as we were talking about earlier, with the whole WCW thing making the biggest career balls up ever of announcing that Mankind wins the title against The Rock.
Poor Tony Schiavone.
Wow.
That was an Eric Bischoff call.
Absolutely. And it was a career killer.
I have nothing to add to this, by the way. I totally agree. I totally agree. I if anything, I could add to it. I mean, it's, the promos, Kane Dewey.
Mate,
from ECW, Tommy Dreamer.
There it is.
Yeah.
Kane Dewey written down.
The Tommy Dreamer
that is
promos.
so emotional.
He's just, and like I said earlier, entertainment factor.
Yeah.
When you watch his matches, you're never bored.
No.
You always want to see them. And it isn't just hardcore stuff.
Yeah.
I think that's what he gets so intertwined with. He's a hardcore legend. All he could do was be a stuntman. That is absolute bollocks. Go back and watch his matches with Steve Austin in 1998. And
I absolutely could not agree more. And I love the Kane Dewey promo. I do. It is, in my opinion, it is the best promo he ever did. I watched my second favourite one yesterday, which was the build-up to the Royal Rumble Street Fight with Triple H, when he unveiled...
when Mankind was hit with the ring bell.
Yeah, when they had the fake Mankind in the ring with Triple H and Stephanie McMahon. They built up...
I think you know the guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was built up fantastically. And
that's what's missing today.
I will be honest, I did not see that coming, because I never in a million years thought I'd ever see a day where Cactus Jack is brought in as a main character for WWF, because that character is just wild. Absolutely wild. And again, Mick Foley had mentioned it on his DVD, I think you know his name, ripped the shirt open. He said Triple H could have buried me by going...
No, Triple H made it. Triple H made it in the ring. Another person who's seriously underrated.
Oh, massively, massively. His promos were, unbelievable. His matches were... I'm gushing at the moment. I'm genuinely getting so excited about talking about him. I love his work. Everything he's done is just, the whole Three Faces of Foley, that build-up it's insane. Can you imagine being the backstage crew and they're going, I've got an idea for a segment. What are we going to do? Well, we're going to get Mankind and Dude Love sat in the room and we're going to talk about introducing someone else. Who? Cactus Jack. Stop right there, Mick. That's all three of you. Yeah, make it work.
Amazingly, and
brilliant.
I'm not a massive fan of this individual. That was a Vince Russo idea.
Really?
Yeah.
Jesus.
Shocker, innit?
So he does have some good ideas. Or one.
Well, as long as he's got a filter, I suppose. Jesus.
Would you mean like someone hitting a buzzer going, bullshit, stop.
Yeah.
Anyway, less said about that tit, the better, to be fair.